Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to make something that is quick and easy. And here's what I was thinking, and the reason I wanted to make this is sometimes I'm feeling like I want something, but I don't want to eat the snacks that are out there. I want to keep with my whole food. And so I was thinking, oh, you could make energy balls, but I wanted something that was savory, not sweet. So I decided that one of the treats that we could have, or we could have for a lunch or put on a salad, is a falafel ball. So today we are going to make falafel balls. So easy to make. And so we're going to do that. Now, the falafel balls that I'm making, a lot of the recipes will have breadcrumbs, or flour or something. And we are substituting oat flour. And where do you get oat flour? I'm going to show you how you can make your own oat flour. Really easy. So I have some oats here. The recipe calls for half a cup of oats. And so I'm going to take my blender, and I've got my high-speed blender. And as I say always, if you are plant-based or want to eat more plant-forward, one of the investments that I highly recommend is getting a high-speed blender. I have a Vitamix, but there's other brands out there that are high speed, and they just really will blend things a lot, pulverize them, if you will. So all I'm going to do is put my oats. So I've got half a cup of, I'm going to put them in my blender and blend them up, and that's going to make oat flour. So let's go. And now I have oat flour. Imagine that. I'm just going to tap this down because it sometimes sticks to the top. Yeah, now I have oat flour that I can use. And I did a half a cup of oats, which will be about a half a cup of oat flour, give or take. And yeah, see how easy it is. If you want to make a spice blend, you can take spices and put them into your Vitamix or your high-speed blender and do exactly the same thing and make yourself your own spice blend instead of buying it at the store. So how easy is that? So now I have oat flour here. Really easy. Now I'm just going to get rid of my Vitamix because we don't need it anymore. And you can do that with like almond flour, any of those kind of flours. Put that over here, come back. Yeah, so you can make almond flour that way. You can do any of those kind of things. So makes it really easy. Let's get making our falafels now that we have our oat flour. You can buy some of those things too, but like chickpea flour, or I've never tried to make chickpea flour, but like you can make almond flour, and you can all buy all of those things as well. But it's so easy to do if you have the right tool. So first thing we're going to do is I've got my food processor. You actually don't need it. You don't have to have a food processor, but I'm using it because I'm lazy, and it's lazy falafel. So I have a can of chickpeas here that I've rinsed. Now I use usually the PC organic chickpeas. So it's a smaller can, and the recipe calls for about a cup and a half. This is probably a bit more than a cup and a half, but I don't want to just leave a little bit out. I'll just use the whole thing. So all I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add, it calls for garlic. So I have minced my garlic here. It's 2 cloves of garlic. And just going to add that into here to mince it up a little bit more, but you don't have to. So I have minced it up. I'm just going to pulse my food processor to get the chickpeas mashed up. Now you don't want them to be into a paste. And so if you don't have a food processor, or you don't want to get your food processor out, you can actually just use a fork and mash them with a fork. I like this method better, but you could just mash it with a fork if you want. And then it also blends my garlic in, which I like too. Now I did mince my garlic beforehand, but it's a little chunky, so I added a little more mincing by putting the garlic in. And when you are working with garlic, it is amazing cancer prevention ingredient, and the enzymes in the garlic are also antimicrobial. If you have like a bacteria infection or anything, actually garlic can help you to get over it. And I've actually taken raw garlic for that as well and fed it to my dogs. One of my dogs was having an issue, an infection. But what you need to do is to mince it or cut it about 10 minutes before you're going to use it. And that makes sure that the enzymes are released and that you get the full properties. If you don't do that, it doesn't work. And I thought, oh, I'm going to mix it in here. So I could just mix it in here and that would be mincing it up. But that doesn't work because once you put it in with other ingredients, you've lost that time to really draw out the enzymes. If you can remember, when you're doing a recipe where you've got garlic, first thing before you do anything else is mince or cut up your garlic. So I just put the mince or these peas and the garlic into a bowl, and I'm going to add my oat flour that I made. Add that in. I have some cut up parsley. Now you can use mint or cilantro as well, or a combination of all of that. It will work as well. I have some okay, let me put in some onion. So I've got some finely diced onion. So I'm going to add that in. I also going to add in a little bit of tahini. So it's about 2 tablespoons. And I'm right at the bottom of my jar. So I'm just going to add that in. And I'm going to because I don't want to leave any behind. I'm going to add that in. There's my tahini. I have some spices. So for spices, because we're big garlic fans in our house, I have garlic powder. I have paprika, cumin, coriander, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of salt, although I try not to put too much salt on things. Yeah, and I'm just going to put that on there. And then some lemon juice. So probably a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. So it calls for half a lemon. It's so hard to know what half a lemon is. And then I'm just going to stir it up, mash it all up, and mix up all the ingredients. And chickpeas are amazing. They are a good source of protein, of plant-based protein. And also they are full of fiber. And there was a study done using chickpeas. So they took 2 groups of people. They had a control group, and then they had another group of people. And the control group was not they were just eating their normal diet. And all of these people wanted to lose weight. And the people in the one group, they were told to eat chickpeas every day. So they had you can eat chickpeas out of the can. Falafels like we're making here are a great way to incorporate chickpeas. I put them on a bowl. You can make them into a little, almost, what do they call that? A little snack where you can put spices on your chickpeas and bake them in the oven. And you've got little chickpea snacks. And I'm making a mess here. All right. And so it's pretty done now. I've mixed up my mix. But anyway, so for the chickpeas, what happened is the group that was eating the chickpeas actually lost more weight. And the reason that they did is because of the fiber in the chickpeas made them feel full. So if you're looking for a way to feel more satisfied with your meals, having some chickpeas is a great way to do that if you're feeling hungry. All right, so that basically is our chickpea falafel mix. And all I'm going to do is take them, and you can make them into patties, or I'm making little balls. So I'll put them on I always use parchment paper. I have a little pizza tray is what we use a lot of times here, or a baking tray or a cookie sheet. And I'm just going to mold the balls together and then put them in the oven. So the oven, I always bake at 350. I try not to go higher than that. And then it's I would say 25 to 35 minutes, depending on how your oven is. So for mine, I did about 35 minutes. I did about 20 minutes and then I turned them over, and another 15. But you can watch them. I wanted them nice and golden brown here, so I've got more. Yeah. Oops, it's falling off. And this recipe will make about 10 to 12, depending on how big your balls are. So here I'll do a couple of, just put it into a ball, and then I can shape it into a little patty. So you can do a little patty. So I'll do some in a patty form. And that's it. That's basically how you just put them in the oven after you're done. So I've got a few patties here. And I'm sure you don't need to watch me making more. All right, so there's chickpea balls. And I'm just going to throw them or put them in the oven. Again, my oven is at 350 here. Clean off my hands. Now, the only other thing I'm going to do is show you a very quick tahini sauce that you can make. And tahini is actually just ground up sesame seeds. And I've actually made tahini. It was part of, I think I didn't have tahini, so I just made my own. Basically, if you take your food processor, and I have a little one, and you put the sesame seeds in and you grind it up for a long time, I think it took about 5 minutes or so, you actually will have your own tahini. And tahini is a really high in both protein and calcium. So if you're looking for a great way to get calcium in, tahini is a really great option for you. Very high. So I've got about a 1/4 cup of tahini in my measuring cup, and I added my garlic. I've got a small clove of garlic that I added in, and then I'm going to put in a few other things. So I have some maple syrup, so about a teaspoon of maple syrup. Now the maple syrup will balance the other flavors, which is really nice. I'm adding a little bit of cumin here, so it's like, I like to measure in the palm of my hand, but you could be about a teaspoon or so. And then I'm going to add in, I'll start with a tablespoon of lemon juice here. And then I have water that I can add in, just in case I need to get the consistency that I want. And all I'm going to do is, I've got a fork here. I'm just going to blend this up. There we go. I'm going to add some water now. It's pretty thick, so I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of water. You just add water until it gets to the consistency you're looking for. And turn it into a little creamy paste here. Okay. You can see this is pretty thick still. I'm just going to taste it. I want to taste it here. Mm-hmm. Tastes good. I'm going to add a little more lemon juice and a little more water, and then we have our tahini dressing here. We have. So for those who just joined us, we are making falafels today, and I've put the falafels into the oven already. It's so easy. You can make them in a bowl, just like I have here, and then shape them and put them in the oven. We started 15 minutes ago. They're already in the oven, all the things. You can use them on a salad, in a bowl. You can eat them as a snack. Really easy. Still. I want it thin, so I want a little bit more water. Now it will be thin. And this is going to give us a nice sauce. All right. So now it's more liquidy. So this is my lemon tahini sauce or dressing. And you can put this on a salad too. It's not just for falafels. Now what you can do with your falafels, you can put them in a wrap. Again, you can use them in a bowl with a big salad or with other veggies. You can have them in a salad. Or I'm going to make lettuce wraps today. I have my falafel balls that I made last night here. So this is the final product of a falafel ball. They're golden on each side. They're not fried. They're baked in the oven. So we don't have any in them. And you get like your natural oils from the sesame seeds that are in the tahini. I've got some onion and some tomatoes. So all I'm going to do is dress them. I have this cute little taco stand here. My lettuce is small. I couldn't find big lettuce. I guess we're in the middle of winter, but I could put like a couple of falafel balls into my lettuce, add a little bit of tomato. I could add some onion here. I've got some strips of onion. My taco bowl, and then just add a little bit of my drizzle on my tahini dressing. And I have a little tahini lettuce wrap here. And like I said, you could do this with a lettuce in a bowl, like as a salad, which probably would have been good with this lettuce because thin. So there it goes, a little wrap in them. And I could do another one. These are smaller. Here's a bigger one. Add a couple of falafel balls. I'm going to add my sauce first here this time. Just add a little bit, and you can add as much as you want. I advocate for people that are looking at eating more plant-based. It's not about counting calories. It's about making it delicious and not to worry. I like sauce, and so I'm not shy to put sauce on things anymore. I used to be because it was like, oh, that's where you're getting all the calories from. But it's okay. It's healthy and it's good for you. And so if you like the sauce, eat the sauce. And there we have it. So let me see if I can just bring this closer for you guys. Here is my tahini lettuce wraps. And I could just take my tahini ball, dip it in my dressing, or sorry, take my falafel ball, dip it in the dressing, add a tomato, and here's a little snack for me. Yum. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. So that's a different way to have your peas instead of just eating them out of a can. And you can eat them, you can warm these up, the balls, to eat them, or you can eat them cold. So for me, what is to have them in the fridge. And so if I'm at a point where I want something, just a little something, I can just grab a tahini ball. All right. And that's it. I wanted to see if there's any questions today about our falafel. Anybody have any questions? All right. So we have a recipe for you. I will be posting the recipe and the video in the community, but we also have the recipe link here that we can provide to you. Yeah, it tastes good to me. So here's the recipe here to all. This is linked to the recipe and also a few other ways that you can make the falafels as well. So I hope you get a chance to try them and you enjoy them. I wanted just a few announcements that I thought while I'm here. Next week, I'm really excited. We are doing our Everyday Energy Experience starts on Tuesday, March the 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's half an hour from now on Tuesday next week. I have 6 amazing women speakers and experts on women's health and wellness that are coming to talk to us about how we can reclaim our energy and have vitality in our life. I'm going to interview them, but they're also going to share a practice with you. I'm really excited about that. So that's on Tuesday and Wednesday. And we will be back in the kitchen on Friday. And we have more things in store for the rest of the month. So I will be sending more. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much, but hopefully you can come and attend on Tuesday and Wednesday. And we are going to have some special gifts for people who come live. We want to reward those who are coming live because when you show up, you learn more, you're more engaged. And so I appreciate everybody who comes live. I know not everybody can, and we're all busy, but if you can come live, we have some special gifts for those who are there on Tuesday and Wednesday. And at that, I will say have a wonderful weekend to everyone. And I hope to see you next week on some of the amazing things that we're doing. Bye now.